community. Do we need more meme coins? Do they split capital between the blue chips? What are your thoughts on that?
Like I said, that's a burnt out narrative. So
Meme coins?
yeah, I mean, right now it is anyway. I just don't think we don't need more of them, I guess.
Is it
Definitely
Pulse
don't need more.
Dogecoin and Pray?
I like the price action on PulseDoge. That was pretty wild. And I actually give them a lot of credit for that. But how do you make people care long term when you only siphon off hex users only strictly, and you don't really have enough going on to bring in more people from the outside? That was the key thing, that if you want to give people opportunity, they have to know about it. So a meme coin that nobody knows about doesn't make sense, and that's to the whale's advantage right now because they can control price better. And if they accumulate enough of the very small supply, they basically become the Bitmain of Pulse Bitcoin. And the way that worked in the Bitcoin world was Bitmain had like a monopoly over all the mining equipment for many, many years. They had the best equipment and they had the most resources to produce it. And so they made a ton of money between 2016 and basically 2020. Probably up till now, even they're doing good, but slowly their market share is getting eaten away by competitors now. But they basically cornered the market on ASIC miners. And if you own all the miners, you can mine all the coins. So what's going to end up happening is the Pulse Dogecoin is going to be in the hand of the few, and then they're going to be the ones mining all the Pulse Bitcoin, and they'll have full control of that ecosystem. And they're going to need to have outreach to bring in enough new people to also participate in the gains. But I think a lot of the price action will, if it goes up to like $100, let's say, short term, it'll happen in a time frame where they didn't have to bring in very many new participants to get the price there because it was so controlled on the way up. They proved that it was possible by taking the price of 10 cents. And that's just my analysis of that one coin. But yeah, I think, there's certain meme coins that are going to pump. Shiba will pump, Doge will pump, PulseDogecoin will pump. But those are like XRP to me, where like you're waiting on like this one day where it's going to pump.
Yeah.
Maybe PulseDogecoin less. It's that price action is a little different, but like the other ones are just like they go vertical randomly. So it's like opportunity cost of being in that stuff while you're waiting. So yeah, I would say let that narrative come back on its own, or just look for the new narrative in the new bull market that basically replaces it. Because meme coin was a thing, now it might not be a thing. Yeah.
Well, if somebody came to you, and they say, "Oh, Axis, I want to create a new coin. I have this idea." What would you what would you tell them to be most important for price performance if they were going to go create a new coin? If they're going to put all the work and effort into it, and you knew they're going to do it in a legit way, and all that stuff. What would you say would be the best new coin? I know everyone's tired of new coins, but if they were like, "I'm going to do it no matter what would you
Yeah, I
tell
mean,
them
that's
would
a
have the best
very,
chance?
very hard question, because you're basically asking me to do better than Hex, which it's so hard to do. Like, people don't give it Hex enough credit. So like, if Hex is gonna do what Bitcoin did, like, how are you gonna outdo that? Like, how are your tokenomics gonna be so good that you can create layers of coins on top of it that are now pumping 20 times their original value because they're tied to the Hex? If you're trying to create the next Hex, you're basically trying to do Bitcoin 3.0. And you might as well scale the store value, scaling, speed, and cheap costs for transactions debate all with one application. Otherwise, don't even talk about it to me. Like, that guy just don't even see the point. I'm totally in this for that coin that matters. And